Parametric equations are useful tools for dealing with things that are not functions. For example, this line right here is clearly not a function. It intersects 3 times. So what parametric equations seek to do is, instead of thinking of this line as y is a function of x, what it does is it breaks the x's and y's apart, and instead of going along the x-axis for my values, for my functional values, it's going to go along the line for the functional values. So what it's going to do is have x and y as functional values of t, So along this line, if I follow it, it's going to be 1-to-1 along the way. Each point along the line is going to correspond to an x and a y, 1-to-1, all the way around. So it will be a function, even though if I were to look at this, it wouldn't pass a vertical line test. But since each spot is going to be 1-to-1 along the line, then it will be a function if I think of it as a parametric equation. So here's a simple example. So this is obviously not a function, doesn't pass a vertical line test. But if I parameterize it like this, x is equal to 3t squared, y is equal to 2t, and I just picked points between -2 and 2, and I go ahead and put all of these values in, and put in -2, I get 12 for x, -4 for y. That will correspond to an xy point of 12 minus 4. -1, 3, -2 correspond to point 3 minus 2. 0, 0, 0, 0. So what it's doing is it's following along the line rather than along the x-axis. So I start with t is equal to -2. I get a x of 12 and a y of -4, so that's around here. Then I continue, I go to 3, 2, -2, that's right there, then 0, 0, and then I go 3, 2, +2, and then 12, 4. So I just follow the line along just like that. And this can easily be transformed back into just x's and y's. I can just use substitution. Y over t, 2 is equal to t. Substitute that in. It's ugly 4. So that would be it. And then I can write parametric equations as well. Sometimes they can be a little bit challenging to come up with, but this is just the basic idea. Here's something like this. Say x squared plus, I don't know, 5. If I wanted to write this as a parametric equation, I can pick anything I want. That's the great thing about parametric equations as well. I can use any substitution I feel like doing. Some of them will be a lot easier than others, but this is an easy one. I can substitute x is equal to t. That will make y is equal to t squared plus 5. So these would be my equations. But I can do anything. Like I said, I could put x is equal to t to the 3rd. And if I did that, then I would just substitute this back into the first equation. Y would be equal to t to the 6 plus 5.